But really, that last bit of money actually make us successful because the mindset was only one thing.
You need to
You
succeed.
need to succeed, no matter how you cannot fail. So for that 3 years, we worked so hard. Every day, almost I only sleep 3 or 4 hours.
Oh my God.
For 3 years, it was tough. Yeah. It was very
Also,
tough.
you mean you were doing the cake and...
At the same time, I help my dad, right?
Yeah.
So morning I will do, I always remember 5:30 I wake up, so we don't have bakery, so we actually outsource to one of the bakery shop. Come back, do everything, pack, I deliver. So when you started off, you can imagine your list. Jurong, Changi, Tiong Bahru, Woodland.
Death has always been a certainty.
That's what I like about Angjolie. It has to be a celebration.
Endless topics that we can talk about.
Dying to meet you.
Welcome to my podcast.
So, okay.
I will lead and then you can...
Okay.
Anything, anything you want to say this one, then our dear Eugene will filter, cut.
Okay.
Sweet one, very sweet one. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. And welcome to another episode of Dying to Meet You. I'm Angjolie here, and today we have Ray Ang with us. Ray, welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you for inviting me to the show.
You know, before I met Ray, I know his name is Ray, but I never know what he does. Then it was only later, then when he told me what he did, I was like, wow, I know your brand before I even know you. So for all of you who have given birth, or you have a child, your 满月 confirmed guaranteed joke, you will know Ray. You probably won't know him, you know his brand. His brand is Sweetest Moment. I still have the card now, my baby photo and Sweetest Moment. So yes, maybe can for the audience, what do you do, Ray?
Okay, so I run a online confectionery. So this business is mainly as a baby shower gift. So we actually do business in the celebrity space. And we have a central kitchen in Tai Seng. And we are in a happy business. It's totally different from Angjolie.
Thank man. Hey, funeral also can be happy, right? I mean, we begin with F-U-N, fun, we have fun.
Yeah. So I run the business with my spouse, Rachel. And we're always in a happy business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first time when I remember meeting Rachel and I was trying to understand, what business do you all do? And it was like Sweetest Moment has always been quite a household brand, I would say. Like a lot of people know that, 满月, who do you look for? And I remember looking at your website and I think they were the only one that really was very nostalgic, bring me back to those days where I was a kid and I was hoping someone will give me the, 满月, the egg, the kueh neng, and not just the kueh neng, there's one cake, the nyam nyam one, the glutinous one.
Is it the angkueh or the glutinous rice?
Yes, glutinous rice.
People,
yes. Wow. Then the butter cake. Oh my God. Yeah. So I was craving for those. Okay. So how did you and Rachel came up with this concept?
So back then actually, the time, it was 16 years ago. Just review my age. So 16 years ago when we have our first kid, we cannot find something that we would like to give to our close ones. So then Rachel came up with the idea. So what we were looking for at that time was like a fusion between traditional food, pastries, with a modern packaging. So that's what our idea. So we came out, we said, cannot find, we do ourselves. Then we went to buy some of the kuehs and everything, then we did up this concept. Then when we give out to our own relatives, this was quite well received. So with that, then actually we thought, maybe it can be a small business. So back then Rachel said, okay, then like that I quit my job, do as a part-time relax so I can take care of kids. Yeah, but till today, if you tell her a story, she'll be very angry. Because supposed to be a part-time job become a super full-time job until like no time to take care of kids. It make the whole thing worse.
Yeah, next time I will invite Rachel so that she can share her side of the story,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to be a businesswoman and then being a mother. That means you must do something, you know. But this is not your only business, because Sweetest Moment is, because from what I understand, you have a couple of business. So what other business are you into?
Yeah, so at the same time, when we started our business, I'm also in the family business. So what we do is that we actually, it's a large-scale manufacturing in Malaysia, where we do production on, we manufacture melamine dinnerware. So all those plates that we eat in Singapore with all the hawker center, the red plate, green plate, whatever plates. So we manufacture that out from Malaysia, then we distribute globally. Yeah. So there's another side of family business that I'm in. So at the point of time when I started Sweetest Moment, I had to juggle between two. One is father, one is wife. So it was tough.
So he's gonna come to the story about, maybe you can share a little bit more, you know, who would you say? It's like, okay, your father doesn't know how to swim, your wife doesn't know how to swim, you know, jump into the sea, and then who would you save first, right?
Yeah.
So for your, I mean, maybe you can share a little bit more about have you ever experienced like, I know, you know, Ray to me is like, he's like a ray of sunshine. So every time I come to him, I got issues, I was like, help me. And then he always give like, he's my sage, you know. So in terms of business, it's very in tune. But just wondering, you know, if you have any, in your point of life, you know, so you have a very young life, but is there any point in life where it's the very lowest point? And how did you manage to swim through that or tide through that moment?
Tide through that moment. I have to say I'm very blessed, very blessed life to date compared to a lot of sad and soap stories. So my lowest point may not be very low compared to the others. So, but what I can recall, so I come from a very blessed family. Dad is a businessman, everything well provided for, education is good, not the top student, but still pass lah. So one of the things that I can maybe recall was the first time I started my own business. So after graduate from university, so being entrepreneur, so I told my dad, say, I want to start business, do something different from you. And I went into recycling business. So at the point of time, that was like maybe 20 odd years ago. So I went into the food waste recycling business. So I thought was because usually my business, my family business in the hawker centers and everything, right? So a lot of food waste. So at the point of time, government say they would like to delve into this aspect. So I said, do something for environment. Collect food waste, then do composting. Yeah, so 20 years ago, composting, went to internet to check. Got worm, got this, got that. They found one yeast that is in Japan.
Okay.
So they made in Japan yeast, maybe better, more reliable. So I went to buy. I went. So the time internet was not very 20 years. So through friends and blah blah blah, and then somebody sent me yeast. Then I said okay lah. Then I told my dad, I borrowed 25,000 from you. 25,000, okay. I make it, I pay you lah.
Then you don't make it?
I don't make it, then I own you lah. So the machine came with the yeast. So my job is to
okay.
So what happened is that you're supposed to go and collect all the food waste with a machine under temperature and with the yeast. It perform optimally lah. So you will compose the food waste into fertilizer.
Okay.
Yeah, simple as that lah. At that time I saw got the video, not bad lah. Easy business, no cost, can become money lah. I said my dad, this one great business lah. You should be in lah. Can I do what manufacturing business? Okay. Then the machine came lah. Yeah. The first thing I did, then I realized, how come the food waste take so long time to compose? I went back to the Japanese. Your mau yeast eat sushi eat rice. What do you eat? Say my one curry lah, nasi lemak lah, nasi padang lah, char kway teow lah. Yeah. So tough. So it turned out to be that the yeast after we do a lot of improvise lah. Yeah. but the food waste decompose into fertilizer.
Okay.
But fertilizer cannot use that. Put on the plant life die lah. So I become a chemist lah. That one go to lab test, see what is the fertilizer composition. Or that's where I realized my secondary tree. Wow, the chemistry is very important lah. Wow, what is potassium? What you do? Wow, look. Wow, I say,
Never know it was so useful.
Never know. Then I read, then I realized, cannot make it. So I got no money lah. Then I got no money, right, to make the fertilize, right?
Yeah.
One of the way, right, is the cheapest way is to go to the farmhouse, the chicken farm.
Okay.
To collect the chicken dropping. That's the cheapest way lah. Because that time chicken dropping no one wants to collect. So end up as a university grad, I never expect my life to go end up every day stink like shit. Go to the chicken farm. Kill sai. The Hokkien way to kill sai.
And then?
And every day I got pulled out. Then I told her, but this one also very tough leh. And then can lend me one of your workers? Because it's super smelly lah. They put the factory also no use
Oh my god.
So that was the cheapest way to make that the food waste fertilized. Right? Then I realized
You need the chicken shit to use
to blend with the food waste.
Oh.
Then after that it turned out to be
fertilizer has chicken shit, man. Okay.
Then I realized, actually okay lah. There's so much work, it works lah. But too little for the MPAC to use lah. The MPAC need very big scale lah.
Is it?
So I realized, this thing cannot make money lah. So thinking 5,000 maybe problem lah.
Yeah.
So it's still cracking your brain. But then at the point of time was 2003. Then SARS came. So SARS came, and then after that, when we tried to promote that to a lot of establishment, everyone was very afraid of the word bacteria. Even though I package it to call yeast, but it's still bacteria. So at the point of time, all the food establishment was really affected. So I would say that in business, no matter how good idea was, you need a little bit of luck to ride it through. So that one was no luck. So I owe my dad 25k, right? So I figured out how to pay back. I said, if I calculate as a graduate, earn 3k, I work for how long?
8 months.
8 months.
9 months.
8 months turned out to be long time. Till now, I'm still stuck in the business. So don't believe when you join a family business.
Okay, help you 1-2 years, but actually eventually it will be a lifetime, right?
So now I'm also helping my dad's business.
His business you will actually notice everywhere because you get me a set. My daughter is still using it. But I think your business go into what? Even UAE. Who's your biggest market?
The biggest market now is in the Middle East. So most of our product is in the Middle East.
Middle East because they like ornaments, right? They like shiny and the place very nice. Very good for Christmas, I tell you. I have one Christmas set. I still use it for my daughter.
So we figure out that at point of time, once I participate in the business, so I realized that the business was very established already. So not much room for me to grow.
That's why Sweetest Moment come in.
That was beside the point. That was this business itself, this melamine business, right?
Melamine,
So I told my dad, are you already finished Singapore? You already finished Malaysia? No place already, what? I sit down here, waste my time, right? So he said, then you challenge the world lah.
Wow, so you bring it to the world.
So there's a point of time where I took up the challenge lah. So I sell anywhere in the world except Singapore and Malaysia.
Oh, that's good. So your dad take care of Singapore and Malaysia?
My dad taking care of the Malaysia side. Then the other families member take care of Singapore lah.
Oh, so yours is other.
So I took care of the rest of the world.
What was the biggest challenge working with family?
Wow.
Because you have two families. Like one is your wife and one is your dad.
Different dynamic. So different dynamic. The family business is I will term it as they give you a boy and ask you throw you inside the ocean.
Swim.
And swim. They ask you go to university, right? Yes. swim lah. So you don't know head, don't know tail. So I would say it's a very unstructured way lah. Yeah. And you end up that you realize it's a quicksand lah. The more you struggle, the more you sink. And the more you sink, no one will throw a lifeline to you lah. So you need to figure out how to survive in the quicksand with a boy, which doesn't work. And then they throw you, it doesn't work. And then they throw you an instruction manual, that's blank.
So that's working for business.
Yeah. So it was tough. I would term it as they expect you to know everything. They ask you to sit and observe, but you cannot practice anything. So there's a family business. So with that, actually, I figure out that for all, this is my advice to all the people that second gen that join the business, look for the pockets of opportunity, and then present that opportunity to your team members, and then you can shine in that space lah. So for me, I took up the challenge. There's no space for me to be in Singapore or Malaysia, so I think the world is my space lah. So I
it's a
took that
little bit like a blue ocean strategy, right?
Yeah.
People like where the blue ocean is. I remember reading the book Blue Ocean Strategy. I was like super, inspired by the story. But you found that sweet spot, because either you are red ocean where everybody is cutthroat, like the price, but you went, to the world and you managed to swim to the international water. Well done, what?
There's only one part of the story. Because he said red ocean, right? When I start swimming across, I found his radar. That's why I realized no one wants to go. That, wow, you're in the kiang,
Oh, so it wasn't blue ocean, so it dragged me,
It's a bigger radar ocean. Why I say that? Because after that, you realize that you're not competing with the local competitors. Now you realize that you are not trained, and you started to go to Olympic for competition.
My gosh, okay.
So when you look left, you have the Chinese competitor. When you look right, there's an Indian competitor. When you look the other side, is the Brazilian competitor. So I always term it as, you go to Olympic, the first, second, third, the difference is only millisecond.
Yeah.
So that's how good they are. So you're supposed to train. That's the reason why no one dare to go to the other side of the world.
Now you know.
You read in Tesco competition.
Papaya. It's true, I can make it.
So it was a tough learning curve for me.
What was your learning, your biggest learning from that experience?
The learning experience was that actually no one will help you except yourself. This is one. No one will help you. Why? Because in that realm of intense competition, it's all about fighting for survival. So this is one thing. The other one that I learned is perseverance. So I always recall I do not know how to take my very first step. So they will say, okay lah, you're so good, you go to the rest of the world lah, got 232 countries for opportunity, right? So I say, I don't know where to start with. So I took the world map. They say, this world every time go for holiday, but this time different. So so I was thinking of talking dice or dart lah, but it don't work this way lah. So you need to find your USP lah. So I sit down and look, I think of what is my USP. So my USP is made in Malaysia, designed in Singapore. So I look at the map, made in Malaysia, designed in Singapore. Must be some halal place lah. The world also not many halal region. Other Indonesia or the rest of region. So I think maybe Middle East may be one of the place. So I went to. So at that point in time, it's 20 plus years ago. Internet only, Yahoo only.
And got the dial-up one. Wait for 30 minutes.
And nothing come out. I got disconnected. Yes.
The younger generation will never understand the problem we had back then,
And then you type in type in, you cannot find anything one lah. So no business there.
Oh my gosh.
So it was tough. So I said, let's go to the government lah. That was that then IE Singapore lah. But 20 years ago, it wasn't operated in such a way. It was much more focused on the MNC lah. So for us, small fry lah, the time was not so helpful. So they just directed me to one PC lah. Just say you go to the PC lah. Maybe the PC can help you lah.
Oh,
So
what's
went
in charge?
Huh?
PCs.
The PC, no, the personal computer, the desktop. PC, personal in charge. You wait long. Small fry, no PC. Personal computer.
Okay. Sorry, guys, man. I thought it was like, you go to that person who can help you. Okay.
Turn out the person cannot talk lah. Go inside, key in password. Wow, I would say, jalan lah. Yeah, the only thing that lucky that I don't need to wait for connection. No, it's connected because it was intranet. Yeah, so
Internet days, wow.
so I would say we always remember this story. I always share with people. I got a list of 100 leads. Wow, very happy really. Wow, very happy. Go back 100 leads can at least 10% can gilat. Go back, first call, don't speak English.
Oh my god.
Second call, didn't pick up. Third call, lucky didn't pick up. Fourth call, speak Arabic. Wow, say what? Not easy. No email, right? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, tough. I call. There's 100. I have to say that persevere in whatever you do. The customer that actually with me till now was the 99th customer. The 99 one.
Oh, wow.
So I always say that if you did not call, give up halfway, you may not find your savior.
Oh my god.
So the 99 one saved me, and it turned out to be the gateway for the rest of the world. That one.
Wow.
So never give up.
Wow,
Never
it's
give
like
up.
KFC. I always remember. Yeah, Colonel Sandal, right? He did like go to everybody, and it was just like the last one that. Wow, it's just amazing. 199,
99, yeah. I feel like I instant the light bulb. So he said that, okay, I'm interested. Actually, I bought my first ticket. I fly over to show my sincerity lah. Yeah, then I went there. So it was so lucky that they are also in the midst of changing distributor. So that gave me the gateway to the whole of Middle East.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
that's why you always travel, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that was your highest point?
Is that my highest point? Well, that was maybe not my highest point, but that may be my most unexpected point. I would say that I think will be one of the memories that you feel elated lah. Yeah. And it's always the start of a new challenge. Yeah,
I like
correct.
It's very interesting that a lot of us maybe. I think as entrepreneurs, sometimes, I always have this Hokkien word, like nobody will know what we go through. You look like, very glam, but my God, man, behind the scene, you have no idea how hard we're pedaling, right? And I think this is a very brilliant story that, 99, so don't give up, okay? But what about Sweetest Moment, like when you did the switch, and who is running Sweetest Moment? I guess it's Rachel lah.
Yeah. So with my experience and knowledge in the global experience, global knowledge, and it actually helped me in the setting up a local business, right? In terms of mitigating, in terms of basic knowledge skill. So that one, it really helped me. What's the difference is that Sweetest Moment is a online business. So back then, 16 years ago, you can imagine we also don't have Google. It's not Google.
No Facebook.
So the point of time, Rachel was very sure. She said that you do it as a part-time. No retail shop.
Oh, no retail shop.
And interestingly, she feel that internet was the way in future.
Wow.
So she stick to that. Till today, we still do not deviate from the core principle. and this pandemic is really proved her right lah. Yeah. So with that, it was an online business, and we learned through the transition of the online change to date. With this business, actually always give me a lot of new ideas or new way of marketing or new way of distribution as compared to my large-scale traditional distribution network. So it's totally two different model, and it always counterbalance to me. So Sweetest Moment, we started up as no money, nothing, right? We don't have money. How we started was also quite interesting. I always remember the night, one of the night. So Rachel and me were sitting in the room lah. The TV, I always remember the image. The TV was in front, the carpet grey colour somehow. So I would sit down there. Hey, you pregnant lah? Yeah lah, pregnant lah. No money.
This is your first child.
My first child. Yeah.
So enthusiastic. What kind of reaction from a husband, right? Okay.
Because the realistic of the man start to fall in.
Practicality, bolui.
Sit down there. So I told her I work in Malaysia. I earn ringgit there. Divided by, I think the time was 2.5. No much money. No CPF. So I asked her how much you have, how much I have. We only have 10,000 Sing dollars the time. 10,000 dollars. So we were saying, wow, like that, how need to apply HDB flat. I said, wow, HDB flat. No 5 room, no 4 room, no 3 room, no 2 room. We all cannot afford. So in the end, we say, okay lah, we buy a studio apartment lah. No choice lah. Then we leftover. So we say leftover. Let's do a business lah. So that's where, at the point of time after giving birth, we say that we only left that amount of money. Let's try something lah. Nothing to lose lah. I would say nothing to lose. Why not try? If really don't have, then go back home to parents to stay for a while. No choice. Just tell your parents, I really think of you, I really miss you. I
want to take care of you for life, but let me come home. It's all gone.
But really, that last bit of money actually make us successful because the mindset was only one thing.
You
need to succeed. No matter how, you cannot fail. So for that 3 years, we worked so hard. Every day, almost I only sleep 3 or 4 hours.
Oh my God.
For 3 years. It was tough, It was very tough.
Also, you mean you were doing the cake and...
At the same time, I helped my dad, right?
Yeah.
So morning I will do, I always remember 5:30 I wake up. So we don't have bakery, so we actually outsource to one of the bakery shop. Come back, do everything, pack, I deliver. So when you started off, you can imagine your list. Jurong, Changi, Tiong Bahru, Woodland. Wow! I told my like, wow!
Thank God for Lala, go move now. Oh my God, okay.
So there's no go check, no nothing lah, no Grab. So you have to grab yourself lah.
Grab yourself.
So I did all that. Then I go to Malaysia to work. So every day, at the point of time, every day, easily you need to to and fro traffic to Johor is 3.5 hours easily.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So every day was that kind of life lah. Life was tough one lah. Tough in my modern time lah. Compared to our parents' time, it's still alright. But tough for more modern time.
So, but when you say, are you like highest point? I mean, like during COVID, was it something that changed?
Highest point actually from that point onwards, every point is high to me.
Wow, you see?
Yeah.
You always see the positivity in the...
So in life, I think everything is... I'm called Ray, but they call me Ray of Hope.
Ray of Hope, Ray of Sunshine. I say it, right? I say
Ray
that.
Of Hope. So I don't think there's a high. On my low, every low is an opportunity for my high lah. I think I appreciate, even with friends now, it's also my high one. I don't have a chance to do this, not in front of everyone, and it's my very, very high. I think my very high, I would say that I have a nice family, right? I say, with that, with 3 wonderful kids, with a very beautiful wife, healthy parents,
blessed,
I feel blessed.
Very blessed.
Even with the COVID times, both businesses are doing exceptionally well. I mean, there's nothing for me to ask for. This is how I feel. So I think if you are positive, every day you wake up, and thank God I'm still alive. Like let's enjoy the day lah.
And have a ray of sunshine.
Yes.
Ooh, ray of light, ray of hope.
Yes.
Ray is such a beautiful name, ray of everything, man.
Yeah.
Yes, the highest. So that's the reason why, when I met him, I think he also planned Sui Sui, and all the kids got. Yeah, I remember you told me you planned Sui Sui, right? About PSLE, O-level, the timing. Wow,
That's how I plan. My wife planned.
Actually, it's Rachel. Rachel is actually. Next time I invite Rachel. Rachel is the woman behind this man. I tell you for sure.
She planned, I perform.
Yes. now. If only it's so easy. So in for our podcast, we always talk about farewell and the fact that we have all. Everybody has the same destination, right? We come to that day, but the journey is different. So everyone's journey is different. How would you want to bid farewell to everybody, or rather, what would your farewell be like?
Actually, my farewell. I don't think it's called farewell. So this question I thought through before. I think at a point of time, one point of my life, I worked too hard. Then I always remember that day I was in the house. Then my heart suddenly pumped very fast.
Okay.
It palpitated so fast. Then I cold sweat. So I actually, I cannot talk. I cannot say, actually I can't even speak anything. But I was lucky that I quickly went to a place. I sit down and then I take a lot of deep breath lah. It did cool me down lah. But it translates to me one thing is the same as heart attack lah. So not the feeling is the same as heart attack. So every time when I say patient heart attack, they don't even have a chance to say I love you. They don't even have a chance to prepare what they whatever thing they need to prepare lah. So the instances told me that actually I told God, hey, let me live one more time. I have a lot of things I haven't do. I still need to deliver cake tomorrow.
Deliver cake.
Let me deliver, finish, then you kill me lah.
So that's your God, come on.
Lucky so I recovered. Went to the doctor. They can't actually explain one. Just the electricity went wrong. But then that moment gave me one thing. Take care of your health. I think that was a message that sent to me. With that, I changed my lifestyle. No point working so hard, got 3 kids, then you're not around. That's not what your family actually will want. And then with that, actually, it changed my perception of death. Death can occur anytime. But if you are prepared, actually, there's nothing to worry about death lah. That's always my thing. Second, you live life to the fullest. So I pay a lot of attention, a lot of, I will spend my money on experiential. I go holidays because that's the only memory that you bring along. Not so much about big cars, big house or whatever. Because I know Angjolie only burn that paper car. Right? I think cannot go anywhere lah.
They will receive on the other side. You can use that side.
But till now, the other side never WhatsApp to me that they receive. So, still a question.
Yeah, still okay. It's interesting you talk about this. I ever had a family member ask me, so Angjolie, if I burn this, will they receive it, Wow, this one stunned you, man. I look at her, I said, so far nobody has given me a dream to say they receive or not lah, but we hope they receive, right? So So yeah, it's like sometimes a lot of times like farewell or funeral is always do for the survivor. You're doing it for the survivor so that they have a peace of mind. But I do agree, and I always lean towards, if you're prepared, actually, you live with a peace of mind. Experiential is not about what brand 带不去, like 生不带来死不带去. You come in empty, you leave empty. So I read an article about a billionaire who he aspired to leave. He keep donating, give money away, and he actually aspired to live with $0 when he passed away. It's like wow, and it's not about fast car, it's not about big house. Because I remember when I attended a seminar by T.F. Ecker, and he used this term called KISS, KISS. Case. And then he said that, have you ever been in the lifestyle where you earn more money? Then you ask the question again, well, how come I don't have enough money? Then you have a pay jump again. Then you ask to say, hey, how come you are not earning enough money? And I think when it says KISS, I was trying to understand what the abbreviation means. It means keep it simple, stupid. Okay, so basically why it says simple is because just because you have a pay raise, it doesn't mean your lifestyle needs to increase, right? So I still live in a HDB. I love my HDB. I love my hood. There's no need to change my lifestyle just because, pay raise, okay, I can do this or that. But I think it's always keep it simple. If you have like a lot of my bags are so old that people ask me, wow, how many years you carry this bag? I say, but I'm not embarrassed, but a lot of times every day I polish my bag so many times because I love the bag so much, but I still carry it for over 10 years.
Yeah,
so.
I carry NTUC plastic bag.
It's okay, I can sponsor you.
But nowadays they charge 20 cents. I say,
no longer free, okay? Must use sustainability. That was what you were doing. Okay?
But one thing I want to share is that actually through that experience, I start to help a lot of friends around me. Be it advice, be it my time, or impacting people. So that's I feel that as long as I can help within my means, I try lah. So that's realized. So I was envision that one day now that everyone come and see my photograph. But at least all my good friends are there. So
what do you want to be remembered for? When they come and then they see Ray, have you picked up what photo you want to use?
I didn't see that because I'm still trying to slim down a bit so that I look better lah.
Talk about the challenge for very long already. The one we didn't ask. Okay, and then.
What is a good question now?
How would you like to be remembered?
Wow, someone that actually always bring free of hope to them. Someone that actually during their downtime, I may not be there all the time, but at least my word or my presence is with them lah. So at certain point of their time of their life, I did impact them in certain way lah. So that's my thought lah.
Your thought. Yeah. Then when you come back, you just like on and off the TV, right? Hello, I'm here. Maybe. No, but so what about farewell? How would you want your farewell, your funeral would be?
Well, I never really thought of the question. Farewell. Send me a WhatsApp message lah.
Yeah, send you a message and say, hello, how are you doing? Yeah. I think, most importantly, with a lot of things that Ray, in fact, like, you mentioned just now that you hope that when you go, you hope people will remember you for the word advice and all that. I always go to him and, he always have a lot of, he's like a bag of wisdom, so like, it's like you opening up to like a ray of light. And I don't just say that for myself because I spoke to a few people and I said, oh, Ray, he's the sage, his nickname is the sage. I said, wow, I need to know, you don't see him like this, super humble. So all the tauke, right? I tell you, you go to kopitiam, see them, like kopi, then you're like, wow, then after that, and then drive very simple car. But actually the most importantly is really not about what you dress and how you dress. It's really, this part, the wisdom, the things that you want to share with people. I think that's the brilliant part about it. So what are the things that you would like our listener to know? Maybe some word of wisdom from you.
Wow.
And
in terms of what?
You have so many. Death, life.
Wow, life. I think life. I haven't been there. I'm not so old yet. But I would say that live life to the fullest is one. You don't over plan because you never know tomorrow. I always remember my grandmother always tell me, she was like 80 plus, a moment she opened her eyes, she say Hallelujah lah. She say at least I can live another day lah. So sometimes it's so basic ah. A lot of we are young people. We plan this, plan retirement, plan that, over plan, then over stress, and we forget the very moment to enjoy now. Yeah, even at this moment, it's also a blessing that three of us are here, and you enjoy it lah.
Yeah, exactly.
You forget the moment, so be at the moment, enjoy whatever now.
I see.
Yeah, rather than here and then using mobile phone. I'm here but not here.
Absolutely.
So why?
So
I
think
enjoy life.
to be present is number one. I think a lot of people can learn from this. Like I learned also the hard way. You know, in the past I was always using the phone when I'm having dinner. But I think being present is very key. I always say the present that you have for your loved one is to be present. Right? That's the best gift you give to your loved ones. So many times we see children, they're on the phone and they're not present in a moment. So even in my family, we have when we eat, my daughter, my partner, and Emmanuel, and my helper, when we eat, TV is off, handphone is off. And I think that is the best gift. You never know when is the last meal. And I have taken care of a deceased before where someone, think of this, right? Someone called our hotline and said that my father just passed away at the chicken rice place. Okay, I don't name where, chicken rice place. And then I said, can we send someone to come over? And the family said, yeah, but it's okay, we will drive my father over. Because we were very near to the, because that time I was in Sin Ming and the place was very near. So in my mind, I was like, wow, what happened, right? Came over, it was an old man lying in the back of the passenger seat. So I remember me and my staff, we were helping him out of the car. Uncle was still good, like he was very, he's like sleeping. Wow, but his wife was not in a good state, right? She was crying, she was wailing, and she's like, look, she just spoke to us, you're just eating, you finish your dinner. And then he just go like that. And then you start to realize how slim that moment. But it was days after, I think she was more calmer. I still remember that one impacted me, and I mentioned this in my book, Dying to Meet You, a lot. Because we gave her a lot of space. We didn't tell her, we will not start any discussion until you're ready. So she was crying, the children were trying to comfort her. But I always vividly remember, because it was just shortly after my dad's passing, and I just feel that, wow, for my dad, we had a few hours before we did farewell to him. But with this family, they maybe had no chance to do that, but at least they had the last meal, right? We will say at least they had the last meal, but nobody ever prepared for sudden death of any of our loved ones. But if we constantly have that message, or to tell our loved ones, we know this day will come, but just don't know when. And we can live in the present, really enjoy life, enjoy our time with our loved one. I think that's the beautiful part about every relationship.
Yeah, and try when everyone is still alive, do whatever you want, express your love. Express your love and appreciation to all your loved ones. Don't wait till they are lying there and you try to burn a lot of Rolex watch and hope that they can receive it or a lot of Maserati or a lot of Ferrari But
they say
always remember there's no petrol there. That's why they come out with electric car.
No electric car. When you buy an iPhone, then the next thing the uncle will ask you, you buy iPhone, you got buy Wi-Fi set or not? You need Wi-Fi set. Then you buy Wi-Fi set, you got buy the portable charger or not? You need to buy portable charger. Trust me, nowadays if you go to paper shop, you will see all type of gadgets, all type, and then you need to buy this. So anyway, it was really lovely to have Ray with us in this moments, And today we are doing the recording. Is nearing to the end of the 7th month, and I think during this period, it's always good to, appreciate your loved ones and remember and commemorate those who have passed on, and always live your life with them in your memory forever. All right, with this is Dying to Meet You. I'm Angjolie May, and this is Ray Ang, and we will see you for the next episode of Dying to Meet You.
See you.
Death has always been a certainty.
That's what I like about Angjolie. It has to be a celebrity.
Endless topics that we can talk about.
Dying to meet you.
Welcome to my podcast.